walk me through 1984.
This date?
Right?
Yep.
1984. You're at home. What happens to you? What?
We were sitting on the couch. Actually, I still remember perfectly. Sort of my kids even. We were we were eating ice cream and peach cobbler. And we just sat and we started eating, and I got up and went to the bathroom, went all the way to the back of the house. And I heard the doorbell. But, you know, and about a minute later, my wife comes back there and she says, "Hey, the police are out front." And I go, "The police?" She says, "Yeah, I think the sheriff." So I had, since I was a rig mechanic, I drove my vehicle home, and it had, I don't know, probably $100,000 or $120,000 worth of tools on the back of it. So I figured, wow, they caught somebody, because I had this big light that was activated by motion and stuff to, you know, come on when somebody was around my truck. So I said, somebody's messing with the truck. That's what I thought. So I went to the door, and there was Bill Rutledge and his partner behind him. I go, "Can I help you?" He goes, "What's your name?" And I said, "Well, who are you looking for?" Because I was trying to look around him to look at the truck, see if they caught somebody. And he goes, "No, what's your name?" And I said, "Gerardo Gonzales." "Why?" And he goes, "Well, you want to step outside with me for a minute?" So I said, "Sure." So I went outside, and I thought he was going to show me the truck. You know, "Hey, we caught this guy on your truck." No, he took me out to the middle of the yard and started saying, "Well, I'm going to go in and search your house." And I go, "Search your house? Do you have a warrant to search my house or what?" And he grabbed me around the throat right here, and he said, "Are you an effing lawyer?" And I said, "No, but I have taken, which I had taken the class of arrest, search and seizures, and evidence at the college. Just to poke into things, you know, to just interest me." And I said, "I know you have to have a warrant." So he says, "I don't have a effing warrant, and I'm arresting you right now." I go, "For what?" And he kept saying, you know. And I kept going, "Tell me, what did I do? What?" And he goes, "You know." I realize now why he kept saying, "You know." He wanted me to say those people's name. I didn't even know the people. How could I say their names? See, if I would have said their name there, bam, that would have made a connection. But there was no connection, so.
And so he didn't tell you what you were arrested for that night?
Not until I got all the way in. I figured it out myself in the questioning room, because they had my little boy and little girl in the next room. Corey Taylor had him there. And I could hear him crying, and I could hear my little girl saying, "My daddy never did that. My daddy never did that." And you could hear it plainly. Bill Rutledge questioned me for, I would say, 30 to 45 minutes. And this was going on next door. This is all he wrote of me saying nothing. Didn't write down that I didn't know the victim. Didn't write down that I was a rig mechanic and worked 60 to 80 hours a week. I was never there during the week. And that's why the DA never, in the whole case, never presented dates, which that's illegal to do. When a judge files an order or an arrest warrant or an order for somebody to be arrested, there has to be specific dates of the things done. Specific. In other words, June 28th, June 1st, July 7th. Never. And then when they found out that I had verified time cards, I think they went down there and looked. And when they found that out, boy, they just pushed everything away and just started dropping charges, because they knew they weren't going to make them stick. So it's just like my attorney says, you throw enough mud against the wall, sooner or later some of it's going to stick. And in Kern County in those days, you were guilty before you went in there. You had 150 counts of molestation on you alone, you were done. Through the people and the judges. I blame even the people who say, you know what, we made that ruling like against Stowe. We made that ruling based on the evidence. No, they didn't, because there was no evidence. They never found one piece of physical evidence in all 9 ring cases. Not one. Now, one of the two things had to happen. We have awfully bad investigators and police, or nothing ever happened.